Hi everyone on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's joined us yet, but I am going to be doing a live feed today. Oh, my camera's slipping. So I'm going to be giving you all an update on our gin production and the recipe. Sorry, I have to do this in front of you all. But we are going to be doing 4 different types of gin, and they're going to be a whiskey mash bill base. So we're going to be either using our bourbon recipe, which is based with white corn, or we're going to be using a rye whiskey recipe, which of course is predominantly rye base. We are going to be using one of those two and redistilling it to about 190, maybe a little bit higher, and that's when you infuse the herbs and botanicals. So for those of you who have been following us for a while, you know that we hoped to plant and grow as many of the herbs and botanicals for our gin recipes as we can on site. We are growing quite a bit of them, but we're not going to be able to grow 100%. It's just too much material. The harvesting process for the juniper berries in particular is extremely manual and intensive, and for us, we want to source high quality ingredients. We really just want to do everything the best way that we can, and that would be to get juniper berries from a very reputable farm that we know that they're going to be high quality and consistent quality. So for our standard gin, it's going to be more of a traditional London dry style. So it's going to be very juniper forward. We're also going to include some Kentucky native kind of plants that will grow well here. Ginger, for example, this is ginger root. So it's actually been dried and shredded. And it smells amazing, as you can imagine. So we're going to be using some ginger, give it a little bit of spice, some of that sweet ginger flavor. We're also going to be using chamomile flowers. So these are dried flowers. I wish that this had like smell vision on it, because it'll give it the floral note, but it's also got a sweetness to it as well. We're going to balance that with some lemon scented and lemon flavored plants that aren't just strictly lemon peel. So lemon thyme, lemon verbena. We'll also be playing with lemon balm, lemongrass. So all of these different plants that will grow very well here on our site, but don't necessarily need the hot climate, and we can grow them indoors all year round if we want to do like a greenhouse operation. So we're also going to be doing coriander. So these are the little coriander seeds, which of course you have to grind up first before you use them. But coriander, again, it's kind of a citrusy, nutmeggy kind of spice. Really nice. Won't dominate the recipe, but will definitely come through. This is angelica root. So angelica root is it's a root, and it comes from the ground, and it's really earthy. So it's going to balance all of these lighter, sweeter flavors with something that's a little more dark and like mushroomy and just earthy. And then here is the juniper berries. So I have done a video on the other Facebook page on juniper berries. These are the commonest variety. There are several different varieties of juniper. This is commonest, and it's what everybody uses. So we are going to be using that juniper, some of these other botanicals. I've also got a couple other tricks up my sleeve. But I think the most important thing that we would want you all to remember is that the traditional gin is going to be a more juniper forward style. But we're also going to be making another very exciting, very special product, a seasonal gin, one for spring, one for fall. These gins will be kind of a playful way to honor Bottled and Bond because of the 2 distilling seasons. They'll be 100 proof like a Bottled and Bond whiskey would be, but of course they won't be aged. We're shooting for a specific seasonal profile for each one of these products. So the spring product is going to be lighter, sweeter, more citrus forward, that maybe even a little more floral, and then the fall product is going to be more savory, spicy, something that fits more with, you know, fall flavors and fall cuisine, because we really want it to be, you know, a total experience, something that you can mix great in cocktails, pair with a meal. It's something interesting that I haven't seen before is you know, a truly seasonal gin that will change annually. So another reason for y'all to come back and see us and stay in touch. We are going to be playing around with the idea of a barrel aged or barrel finished gin. Haven't decided exactly what that will be yet, so you're getting like right in the beginning of the development and R&D process. It's really just a great idea right now. There are lots of them on the market and they taste good. So it'll probably start as the traditional recipe, just gone into some kind of barrel. So noodle on that. There's lots of options. We've been saying that we're making the Bourbon Drinkers Gin, and just to explain that a little bit, I think it could be confusing to people. Is it going to taste like bourbon? You know, what is it? Because gin drinkers, that could probably be a turn off. For bourbon drinkers, they're just, you know, kind of confused about it. It starts with the same mash bill, so it could potentially have some of that grainy character, but subtle and balanced with the herbs and botanicals that, you know, give you some familiar flavors. So there are 5 different areas of flavor in whiskeys. So you get the wood notes, the sweet aromatic notes, the fruit and floral notes, spice notes, and then wood notes. So in a barrel-aged gin, you're getting the wood notes. We can infuse spicy notes and fruit and floral notes. And there are different ways that you can get those sweet characters too, with your treatment, or even infusing like a vanilla or something like that. So lots of options to create something that's familiar to a bourbon drinker's palate but doesn't really taste like bourbon. So just to explain that a little bit. And then the last style of gin, it's going to be a very sweet and citrus forward gin liqueur. So gin based. We're going to be making a secondary ingredient. I'm going to keep this one a little bit secret until we actually get it out there on the market. It's been published in a few different places, but I'm really excited about this one too. So this is kind of your entry-level gin for folks that you know, would scream from the mountaintops that they'll never drink gin again. But hopefully you'll try ours. So that's your update for gin production and the gin products and the development process. If y'all have any other questions, definitely post on Castle and Key, and we'd be happy to answer them. Thanks so much, guys, for following and keeping in the loop with our story. We really appreciate it, and we certainly can't wait to share our spirits with you. Thanks.